Hey guys, how's it going? Billyeatworld here again with yet another DMR review. Today we're taking a look at the rifle which many people consider the best DMR in Battlefield 4, the ACE-53 SV. So far I've really enjoyed using the ACE-23 assault rifle and the ACE-21 carbine, so I had pretty high expectations of the ACE-53 SV when I started capturing the footage for this review. I can safely say after using this gun for many hours, I'm not disappointed by it at all. The ACE-53 SV fits somewhere between the long-range DMRs like the Mark 11 and the mid-range DMRs like the M39. Like all of the DMRs post-patch, the ACE-53 SV is a 3-bullet kill at all ranges, unless of course you land a headshot, which will bring that down to a 2-bullet kill. It has an average reload time of 3.2 seconds empty and 2.2 seconds with a bullet in the chamber. This is still fairly quick, but not quite as quick as the Mark 11 or the Scar HSV. The reload speed is almost irrelevant with this weapon though, because not only is it best suited for mid to long range engagements where reload speed is not as critical, it also has a 26 round magazine capacity, which is 5 more bullets than any other DMR. Considering you can drop enemies in 2 shots with this weapon, you could theoretically take out 13 enemies with this gun without reloading. More realistically though, you should find it easy enough to take out 3 to 4 enemies without reloading, which is considerably more than your average assault rifle or carbine. The ACE-53 SV also has a reasonably fast muzzle velocity of 560 meters per second, which will make hitting long-range targets that much easier. The biggest drawback to the long-range capabilities of the ACE-53 though, is that it has an ADS spread of 0.1, which is still reasonably tight compared to an assault rifle, but it's tied with the M39 and SKS for the worst in the DMR category. The ACE-53 SV does have a lower spread increase per shot than the M39 though, so it'll take longer to reach its maximum spread when firing at its max RPM. Now, just because it doesn't have the best accuracy in the class, doesn't mean it's not able to get long range kills, but just be aware that you're more likely to miss shots at long range with this gun than you would be with the Mark 11 or any of the other more accurate DMRs. All of its other stats are pretty standard in comparison to the other DMRs. It fires at a fairly slow 260 RPM and it has an upwards recoil of 0.5 and a balanced recoil of 0.3 left and right. So what does all this translate into? Well, basically it's not the most accurate DMR and it doesn't fire as fast as an SKS, so extreme long range and CQB are definitely not this weapon's strong points. What it does have though is a fast bullet speed and a high magazine capacity, which is going to make taking down moving targets that much easier. I'd suggest that you stick to targets under 100 meters if you can help it, unless they're stationary, in which case you could probably stretch it out to 150 to 200 meters. Bear in mind though, you will miss shots at this range, so don't be surprised if you land a few shots and your target gets up and moves away before you can drop him. Also, you'll want to carry around a decent close quarters sidearm like the 93R for extreme close quarters. If you're the kind of person who likes to use their primary weapon for all ranges though, maybe the M39 would be a better choice for you as it has a higher RPM of 300. So what attachments work the best with this weapon? I'd probably recommend a one-time sight like the HD33 and a magnifier for this weapon. If you really want to use a higher powered optic on your DMR, then maybe you might also want to switch to one of the more accurate DMRs. The ACE-53 is a great all-round weapon and a higher powered optic is just going to make it harder to acquire targets at close range. The hip fire on the ACE-53 is not that great to begin with either, so a laser sight just isn't worth sacrificing the magnifier for. You also probably won't want to be getting in close enough to make the tactical light effective either, so steer clear of this as well. Now there's 2 schools of thinking on what to do with a barrel and grip attachment for this rifle. The angled or folding grip will reduce your first shot recoil and make the weapon easier to control, but the stubby or potato grip will tighten up your spread increase per shot. As this weapon has double the ADS spread of more accurate DMRs, it's more important that you do something about the accuracy even after the January patch, which buffed the accuracy of all DMRs. The 2 ways to do this are with the stubby grip or with the heavy barrel. As the heavy barrel will increase your vertical recoil, it's a good idea to compensate for this with a vertical or a folding grip. This is a good setup for extending the range of your rifle, but you'll need to take time with your shots so that your ADS spread doesn't increase. The stubby grip isn't going to change your base accuracy, but it will lower that spread increase per shot and allow you to fire faster. So I'd probably suggest if you want to play passively, run with a heavy barrel and vert grip, but if you want to get in on the objective a bit more, run with a stubby grip and maybe a flash hider. So once you've got this weapon set up correctly and you've started to get the hang of it, is it gonna be a competitive weapon? Well, probably not. DMRs are great for mid-range, but they get outshot by other weapons outside these ranges. The good thing about Battlefield 4 though is that a lot of your engagements will be at mid-range, so if you like to play a lot of Conquest, Rush or Obliteration, you'll probably find these guns to be pretty effective. The Ace 53 is a good gun, but it's not going to turn a bad player into a killing machine. But in the hands of a skilled player though, a DMR can be just as effective and if not more effective than an assault rifle in a lot of situations. I can definitely see this being one of my go-to DMRs in the future, and I hope it'll be one of yours too. So anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, as always, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you get a chance, please check out my other Battlefield 4 videos. There's a link to a playlist with them all in it in the description below. And if you've got any suggestions for weapons that you'd like me to take a look at, then feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'm currently working my way through all of the DMRs, so let me know what your favourite DMR is and maybe I can look at that one next. So until next time guys, have a good one.